welcome to Caci Studio. I am Caci, and today is Monday, November 18th, and I'm coming to you from Portland, Oregon, and today we're going to talk about Christmas easy hats and small scarves that you can still knit and gift before Christmas or any other holiday that you may celebrate. So I would like to start by telling you that my family and we do celebrate Christmas, and I love doing gifts to give, doing knits to give as gifts. That's one of my favorite things that I do every year, and it's the favorite gift that I give to my family and some of my friends. And I start my gift giving projects in July almost every year. This way, if I start mine in advance, I can separate them by month, and I finish in between 4 and 5 months. I'm able to finish a gift for each one of my family members and some of our extended family and some of my friends. So every year I choose a theme. I try to choose a project. Like sometimes I will make dish scrubbies. Sometimes I will make washcloth. Sometimes I will make small scarf. And every year I make a new hat for each one of my immediate family, my husband, my kids, my grandson. So every year is really fun for me to watch people open those gifts, and it's just so much, it brings me so much joy that it's the favorite time of the gift giving for me. So one thing that I also do is every year I try to do a sewing project that I don't sew as much, but every year I try to do a sewing project that I can also give as a gift for my very immediate family. Sometimes I do it for our extended family and I have made different things for them. But today I am going to share with you the knitting hats and small scarves that I have found to be pretty quick, but also the kind of project and the kind of hats and scarves that my family and my kids and my friends enjoyed the most. Today, I'm going to share the quick and easy hat patterns that I found, and I'm going to share the scarves and a couple also shrugs that I found to be really quick and really easy. So if you have not started your project yet, you still have time, you are still able to do them, and you are still going to be able to make those for your loved ones. But first, I wanted to start by showing you and talking to you a little bit about what I'm wearing. And this is it's actually a scarf that I knit a couple years ago, but that I have to say it's one of my very favorite. I wear this all the time and I absolutely love it. The pattern is something gradient. This way comes, and it's by Magpie Fiber, and I have used wool folk, and I will put on the show notes, I'll have all the information for you, the exact yarn and how much I used. But I remember that I bought one ball of this color, one ball of this, and one ball of the lighter one, and I did the striping with the lighter one and this darker one. What I did is I divided the balls when I winded the skeins, and I just used them. I had the exact amount that I needed to after I divided the skeins, and I just, when that finished, I used the next color, and then I used I did the striping in the middle of it. So mine, I think, was a little bit different than, I only have a paper pattern here, but I will also put a picture in here for you to see, and I will actually move a little bit here. This way, when I show the pictures, I have a little bit more space. And this was not one of the, this is not one that I would say it's a small scarf. It was it's a long one, but it's what I'm wearing today, so I wanted to mention it to you. So we're going to start with the hats first, and all of these hats, they might be made, not all made with like bulky yarn, but they are very quick knit because of how you knit them. And I am going to start, and the first one that I think that it's a good one for Christmas, or if you're giving for a birthday or a different holiday that you celebrate. It's the Oslo Hat by Petiteknit. The Oslo Hat has been on my list to knit for myself, but I have knitted at least 2 of them for my kids, and next year I will for sure knit one for myself. The Oslo Hat was published in 2018, August of 2019, 18 I mean, sorry, and Petiteknit suggest the yarn being fingering plus fingering, which would be a DK yarn, but I have also made mine with a I have made one with a fingering or sock yarn, and she suggests to do with a DK or 2 fingering held together. The gauge for this hat is 22 stitches and 32 rows make 4 inches, and she suggests as US 4 or a 3.5 millimeters needle. She says that you could use about 459 yards, of yarn, but I think that that's if you're holding it doubled, because I have made one and I had about 250 yards, and that was perfect for I was able to finish my hat with that. The next one that I absolutely love it, I have made several of them, that is the classic ribbed hat. And I have made one for my son this year, and I also made an Oslo hat, the one that I just showed before, for my daughter. I am not going to show them today here because they are already in those boxes ready for Christmas. So I don't want them to see if they watch this video. And but I made several of the classic ribbed hat. The classic ribbed hat is by Purl Soho, and is designed by one of their designers, and it is it was published in 2019, in January of 2019, and the gauge for this hat is 32 stitches and 33 rows would make 4 inches. They suggest that you use a US 3 needle which would be a 3.25 millimeters, and that you need approximately 110 to 305 yards, depending on how long you want to make the hat. This is another fabulous hat, and I have made one for myself also, and I love it. The next hat that it's absolutely gorgeous and that it's been on my list, I have not made one yet, but I have the yarn to make one for myself, is the Alpine Bloom Hat by Caitlin Hunter. This hat is absolutely gorgeous, and it was published in August of 2023. The yarn that is suggested for the pattern is the Spin Cycle yarn dyed in the wool, and she used the Moondrake soft sport, and the yarn weight suggested for the hat is a sport weight yarn. The gauge for it is 24 stitches and 30 rows would make 4 inches, and she suggests using US 3 or 3.25 millimeter and a US 5 or 3.75 millimeters. She suggests, says that you will need between 190 and 230 yards to make this hat. It's another gorgeous hat that I think it's quick and that you can really make this as a great gift for a friend, for a family, for somebody that you love. My next hat is the Manhattan Hat by Tori You, and it's an absolutely favorite on my kids list, and I will be making more of this hat this next year, but I haven't made one of it yet. This hat was published in February of 2022, and the suggested yarn by the designer is the Mayak Baby Yak Medium, the Wandering Flock Merino Worsted, the Labiename Cory Worsted, or Labiename Cory Confetti. I have bought a Cory Confetti, and I really want to make one of those hats on that yarn that I bought. So the yarn, the weight yarn suggested is a worsted weight, and the gauge is 24 stitches and 28 rows will make 4 inches, and she suggests that you use a US 5 or 3.75 millimeters, and that you will need about 285 yards to make the hat, depending on between 65 yards and 285 yards, depending on the size that you will make, because the hat comes on from sizes baby to adult large. So another one to go on your list of hats. And the last one that I'm going to suggest to you today is the simple knit hood. When I saw this hood, which is was designed by Lykke, I immediately thought about my daughter. She loves hooded sweatshirts. She loves hoodie jackets and sweaters. So I had to buy this pattern, and I am going to make this for her birthday this year. So this coming year, her birthday is in January. So it's a fabulous and beautiful and soft pattern. It was published in January of 2021, and the designer suggests using Filicolana Peruvian or a Permin Angel. And she, both these yarns were used on her samples. The yarn suggested is a bulky yarn. And if you use an iron plus 2 lace held together, you will get the right gauge, which is 16 stitches and 22 rows will make 4 inches. The needle size suggested is a US 8 and 5, which is a 5 millimeter, and the yardage for this hood is approximately 219 yards or 200 meters. And the hood is made just a one size for an adult. So I think this completes my suggestion for hats, and I think that any of these hats would be possible for you to start now and to be able to finish by Christmas time if you celebrate Christmas, or if you want to make as a gift for somebody or for another holiday that you suggest. I think that it would be possible, especially if you celebrate Christmas, to still finish that. So now we will go on to the next category, and my next category that we're going to talk about on this episode is small scarves and shrugs. I have started with one that it's probably the most popular small scarf that it's on Ravelry or in any other media, and that is the Sophie Scarf by Petiteknit. The Sophie Scarf was published in July of 2022, and there are several yarns that the designer suggested. I'm going to mention a couple, but I have made several of them. It's a pattern that I really enjoy, and that is very quick and an easy gift for people. The suggested yarns that the designer suggests are Lang yarns, the Cashmere Premium, because it's so little and so close to your neck. It is much better if you, at least for me and for my taste, if you make it with a soft yarn. And I think that one of the softest yarns are cashmere for sure, but I have made a couple also with wool folk, which make the softest yarns ever. And those are also very, very soft and nice to be really close to your skin. She also suggests the Pasquale Cashmere, the Mondial Deluxe Cashmere, and the Cardiff Cashmere Classic, and the Knitting for Olive Compatible Cashmere. So pretty much she suggests that you make most of the suggestions she makes are for cashmere. The yarn weight suggested by Petiteknit is a DK weight yarn, and to achieve the gauge of 22 stitches and 42 rows will make 4 inches, and the needle size is a US 4 or 3.5 millimeters. She suggests that you have between 101 and 140 yards, or 192 to 128 meters, to depending on the size that you're going to make your scarf. The next one that I suggest for a scarf is the Solo Scarf by Caidree. This pattern was released in October of 2023, and she suggests that you use the Lamana Bergamo or the Clinton Hill Cashmere Bespoke Decay. There are a couple different sizes that you can make this scarf. You can make the big long one, but you can also make a smaller one, and that's probably the difference on how much yardage you need. And she suggests the needle size US 4 or 3.5 millimeters, or US 7 or 4.5 millimeter needles, and you need about 450 to 500 yards for the big scarf if you choose to make the larger size. The next one is another one that I super love, and it's the Party Line Scarf by Kaci Apple from Young Folk Knits. She published this scarf on May of this year of 2024, and she suggests, and the yarn that she used was the Craft Me Not Yarn Co. Silky Sport, or the Craft Me Not Yarn Co. Alpaca Decay. The yarn weight suggested is a sport weight, but that's for you to achieve a gauge of 22 stitches and 32 rows for 4 inches. She suggests a US 6 or 4 millimeter needles, and that you need about approximately 150 to 170 yards. This is such a cute little scarf, and I absolutely loved making mine, and it was super fun. So the next thing that I think also will be a very quick and absolutely gorgeous gift are shrugs. I made so many of them in the last year for myself, for gifts, and I absolutely love each one and every one of them. So I'm going to start with my first suggestion is the Satday Shrug by Jackie Rose, and also she has now a new pattern. The Satday Shrug was a free pattern that she had last year. I am not 100% sure if it's still free, but she has a new pattern called the Shrug Season by Jackie Rose, and this was published in August of 2024. On that pattern, which is has several different possibilities. It's a 1x1 ribbed tube that makes a shrug, but she has several different ideas on how you could design and the different kinds of yarns that you could use. And so there's the Advent, the Bistro, the Blodell, the Friday, the Shimmer, and Vivian. And each one of them have different designs and different ways and colors and how you can make your shrug. The yarn weight that she suggests is a DK, or you can use 2 fingering weight yarns together. The gauge is for 1x1 ribbing, and all of them are made in one size. It's just a one size. So there are several different yarns that you can use to make this, and some of the suggestions she made was Purl Soho, linen quill, knitting for olive merino, Hello Stella fibers, Purl Soho 9 Note Bundle, the Diamond Lane Elmer Fingering, and the Moondrake Moonspun. So this should be a super fun pattern to follow, and something that you could make probably in 1 week or 2 weeks, and you could make several of them. So my next suggestion is for one of my very favorite shrugs also, which is the Friend to Friend shrug by Leslie Friend. This is a fabulous, super quick shrug that you can make, and also very budget friendly. Leslie suggests that you use the Lion brand Hue and Me, and you only need, I believe, 2 balls, but you don't use completely both skeins. This pattern was published in on April of 2023, and so the yarn weight is a bulky, and the gauge is 10 stitches and 16 rows will make 4 inches, and you will use US 11 or 8 millimeter needle, and she suggests that you will probably need between 211 and 441 yards depending on the size that you make. I have made several of them, but I have given many as a gift, so this is the one that is left, that it's mine, that I kept for myself, but many of the other ones that I made and gave it as a gift to some of my friends for birthdays, Christmas, my daughter, and it has been a really, really super fun pattern. And the next suggestion that I have, which will be my last suggestion for wraps or shrugs or whatever you call them, is the Barbie Bubble Wrap by Margaret from Boboleros. I love this wrap also, and it has been so much fun. I have made one in one color, and after I give you all the information, I will show you to you, and then I have also made one in 2 different colors, and I love it. It's so soft. I used Margaret's yarn, and it was super fun. So this pattern was published in July of 2024 of this year, and it was she suggests that you use the Boboleros Vivian mohair with she also suggests the Knit Collage Spun Cloud, or the Boboleros Rita Chunky, and sometimes Boboleros Rita Chunky with the Vivian mohair. She suggests that you use them held together to have a super bulky, which the gauge of 10 stitches and 12 rows will make 4 inches. She suggests that you use a US 13 needle or 9 millimeters, and that you will need between 400 and 550 yards for to make your shrug. As you can see, I showed some of the beautiful pictures that she has and other people that have made this, but I wanted to show you the one that I made that is in 2 colors. I loved that she had them made first with several different colors, but Leslie Friend, from A Friend to Knit With, made hers in 2 colors, and I think hers was black and white, and I really liked like that, so I made mine in 2 different colors. And I will have one more suggestion of something that you can make, which is not a scarf or a hat, but that I think that it really is really cute and that it's very quickly, and it would make a very fun and quick gift. And that is the December bowl by Petiteknit. This pattern was published in December of 2022, and she suggested to use the sandness garn alpaca, the Ficolana Pernilia, or the Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair. The yarn weight suggested is a DK, and she has held sport and lace together to make that gauge, which is 22 stitches and 42 rows will make 4 inches. The needle suggested is a US 4 or 3.5 millimeters or a US 2.5 or 3 millimeters needles. And she suggests that you have about 109 yards or 100 meters to make one of those bowls. And I think that they are absolutely cute, and it would make such a fun and cute present and gift for anyone. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that this was fun and informative and that helps you to make a decision on if you want to make gifts this year for Christmas, for birthdays. And I am curious to know if you enjoy receiving knitted gifts yourself or crochet gifts. A lot of people think that because we knit or crochet that we would not want, but I have to say that I love when somebody makes something for me, whether it's knitted, crochet, embroidered, whatever, or sewn. If I love to receive handmade gifts. So I am curious to know what you think, if that's something that you enjoy, and if so, let me know on the comments. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like, please to subscribe or hit the like. This will help me to keep bringing content like this to you. In a couple weeks, I'll be coming back and I will be doing another roundup like this for mittens, socks, and ornaments that you can still make before Christmas. I hope you enjoyed this, and until I see you again, stay healthy, continue to knit, crochet, craft, do whatever makes you happy. Thanks for being here with me today. Ciao!